The palace corridors were meant to be quiet that evening, the kind of silence that carries centuries of tradition in its walls. But suddenly, the hush was broken by the unmistakable sound of a gasp. Princess Anne, stoic as ever, had stumbled upon a sight that no one expected. Prince Harry hunched over a copy of Queen Elizabeth's will, making what looked suspiciously like alterations. Within minutes, whispers spread through the royal household. Chaos had officially erupted. If you thought royal dramas were confined to Netflix series, think again. Real life, it seems, has a way of scripting scenes more unbelievable than fiction. But before we continue, please subscribe, like, and turn on the notification bell for more updates. Now, what makes this moment even more dramatic is the timing. Harry wasn't in London for a casual family tea. He had flown to the UK on what was billed as a reconciliation trip, a chance to mend fences with King Charles and Prince William. Yet, instead of olive branches, what unfolded looked more like daggers drawn in the shadows. And here lies the question. Was this a misunderstanding? Or was Harry really caught red-handed in one of the most jaw-dropping moments of modern royal history? Think about it. The will of Queen Elizabeth is not just a piece of paper. It's the ultimate symbol of legacy, inheritance, and centuries of tradition. It dictates everything from jewels to estates, from titles to trust funds. To even be near it without permission feels like trespassing in sacred ground. So when Princess Anne, known as the no-nonsense royal, caught Harry in that compromising position, the entire dynamic of the reconciliation tour instantly flipped. What was supposed to be a bridge-building mission quickly became a battlefield of suspicion. Here's where the plot thickens. Sources close to the family say Harry looked visibly shaken when and walked in. Imagine the moment. Papers scattered, ink still fresh, the air tense with unspoken accusations. Did he mutter an explanation? Did and demand answers? No one outside those walls knows exactly what was said, but we do know this, and is not someone who tolerates foolishness. If Harry thought she'd turn a blind eye, he couldn't have been more wrong. And this isn't just about the paperwork. The emotional stakes are sky-high. Harry has often spoken about feeling sidelined, stripped of his rightful place in the family. Could this act have been driven by desperation, a symbolic attempt to reclaim some control over his grandmother's legacy? Or was it something more strategic, a way to secure what he believes his wife and children deserve? These are the questions now swirling around, igniting debates in every corner of Royal Watchers forums. But pause for a moment. Doesn't this story hit closer to home than we'd like to admit? How many of us have seen family disagreements explode over inheritances, wills, and estates? You don't need to live in Buckingham Palace to understand how paperwork can become a battlefield of emotions. Maybe you've been at that family meeting where an old ring, a house, or even a sentimental keepsake became the spark of division. If so, you know exactly how volatile things can get when legacy is on the line. Here's the curious twist. While Harry may have been caught in a compromising act, the bigger question is what comes next. Will King Charles confront him directly? Will William, already estranged from his brother, use this as final proof that trust can never be rebuilt? Or will Princess Anne, famously protective of the monarchy's integrity, be the one to push for consequences? The tension now stretches far beyond that one room. It's shaping the future of the royal family itself. What we can learn from this, though, is something universal. Reconciliation isn't built on secrets. It's built on transparency, trust, and honesty. Whether you're a prince or just a regular person, you can't fix broken relationships while clutching hidden agendas. Harry's story, dramatic as it may seem, is really just a magnified version of what so many families go through. If you want healing, the first step is openness, not backroom edits of sacred documents. So, what's the takeaway for the rest of us? Maybe it's a reminder to approach family conflicts with honesty, even when it's uncomfortable. Maybe it's about asking ourselves whether pride or reconciliation matters more. And perhaps it's about seeing that even royals, yes, those who live in castles, are not immune to the messy, emotional realities of family life. The chaos that erupted that night in the palace is still unfolding. But as we wait for the next chapter, one thing is clear. Every family, royal or not, faces moments that test trust. The question is, do you rewrite the story in secret, or do you face the truth together? Now I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you were in Princess Anne's shoes, what would you have done? Do you see Harry as misunderstood, or do you think he crossed a line that can never be uncrossed? Share your take, because sometimes the biggest lessons in life come from the messiest family dramas.